Welcome back. You're watching our special broadcast on Akshaya Tritiya. Mumbai's Zaveri Bazaar is bustling today with customers on the eve of Akshaya Tritiya. CNBC TV 18's Priya Sheth gets her ground check.
We're in the heart of Mumbai's gold market, Zaveri Bazaar, and on this very auspicious day of Akshaya Tritiya, there is a lot of positivity prevailing here at Zaveri Bazaar, and that's because customers are queuing up in stores to buy some gold on this very auspicious day. In fact, I have with me a shopkeeper who is expecting about 20 to 30% kind of increase as far as demand is concerned. Why do you expect this kind of demand this time around? What are the key triggers for this expectation?
Even if we see that the prices of gold are the lowest for the month, so people are expecting to buy more. Plus, we've seen that as per the last Akshaya Tritiya, most of the jewelers were on strike because of the excise that came into gold, and we see that even the demonetization time, people have not bought too much of jewelry.
While smaller shops are giving discounts as far as making charges are concerned, it's the larger stores that are offering lucky draws and many other prizes, on this very auspicious day. In fact, customers here have been buying and looking at a lot of jewelry here. आप बताइए हमें कि exactly आप क्या खरीदना चाहते हो यहाँ पे?
चेन लेने आई, चेन खरीदना है।
आपका बजट क्या है आज के दिन के लिए?
एक 1 लाख।
Do remember that there is an expectation of prices going up post the imposition of GST. So therefore, people are, thinking this is the right time to really go and make their gold purchases.
Well, absolutely. And thank you so much for doing that, Priya. We also have Prerna joining us now from Delhi. Prerna, hi. How's the demand there in Delhi? What are people buying and what are you picking up?
Well, I'm at the PC Jewelers store in South Extension in New Delhi, one of the very prime locations for jewelers in the national capital. We have been speaking to a number of jewelers during the day, and PC Jewelers in particular is anticipating about 40% increase in sales this Akshaya Tritiya as compared to the previous year. Now, of course, the two-day celebration will no doubt add to the jewelers' kitty. Gold buyers are rushing in at this point in time. They are availing exciting offers, which jewelers are also providing. But what we also gather is that consumers are not at all deterred by post-demonetization blues. Wearable jewelry segment in particular, is on a very high demand. Also, what jewelers say is that post-January, which is, 2 months after demonetization, there has been a very good footfall for wearable jewelry as well. Now, there has been a lot of bookings and inquiries, particularly in the last 15 to 20 days. And as I pointed out, the gold buying has not been, adversely impacted due to a less cash economy. What jewelers also say that post-demonetization, the ratio, as far as cashless payments and cash payments for buying gold jewelry goes, it is largely, 50-50 at this point in time. Previously, we, of course, saw a majority of the payments being made by way of cash. It was 60 to 70%. But now people are also, making bookings by digital mode of payments as well. But as far as demand goes, there has been a lot of rush during the day today. Of course, jewelers are also anticipating a lot of rush on the second day, because it is only this year that the Akshaya Tritiya, it is a 2-day affair as far as this year concerns. So a lot of demand is expected by jewelers, on this auspicious day. Back to you.
All right. Thank you for that, Prerna. Well, yes, that's a big thing this time around because people are getting back to buying into the markets, and it also is the festival is spread over 2 days. So the buying that much is expected to be on the higher side. But the global gold prices are up nearly 1.5% in the month of April. Prices have been rallying on the back of geopolitical tensions. However, we have started to see a shift in that trend as investors are pulling out of gold and moving into risky assets like shares and currencies to make profits. So how will the yellow metal fare in days and months to come? For that, let's get in a global opinion. Eugene Weinberg, Head of Commodities Research at Commerzbank, now joins us for the same. Eugene, hi, it's such a pleasure to have you. What is your sense? The Indians today are flocking out to buy into gold. Where are the prices headed? And the street really is divided. Some people are thinking about 1,200. We've also had reports of 1,400. What is your sense for the medium term, long term in sense of the prices?
I think that both sides are correct, because in the short term I wouldn't be surprised to see the prices going south and falling under the pressure of probably somewhat stronger dollar, also more of the risk appetite coming back to the markets, and also investment community getting off the chips off the table after the strong gains of the recent months. So during the next couple of months I wouldn't be surprised to see the prices falling towards $1,200, but thereafter I do expect the prices to rise again to at least $1,300 by the end of this year, on the more of the geopolitical jitters, but also on real interest rates remaining very negative in Europe, but also very low in the US. I think that the longer term data and expectations support probably the view of 1,400 next year.
Well, that's music to ears, clearly, to people who are buying gold out in the physical market today. But Eugene, would you also say that it is the physical buying from China which has picked up quite strongly, and India, which has been on the rise from Jan 2017, that in some sense also is supporting prices?
Yeah, definitely. The recent buying from India as well, from China, was one of the reasons why the prices didn't fall over the course of the last months. But in the longer term, definitely the physical buying for jewelry purposes, but also as safe investment in form of gold coins and bars is probably not as important for the gold price developments as the investment community is. So the investors, the ETFs, but also the futures trading is much more important, I think, not only in the short term, but also in the longer term, due to its very strong dynamics to the upside, but also to the downside. But definitely the healthy buying from India and China is one very important factor going forward, and we see this remaining so also on the jitters, especially in China, about its stability and stability of its currency.
Thank you, Eugene, so much for joining us today. So the prices are looking upwards. 2017 already is a better year than previous one in sense of buying, prices, returns, and the kind of fundamentals and factors that we are looking at. But with that, it's wrap up on this special show. Wishing you a very happy Akshaya Tritiya.